Celeste Caserta, and I'm an early childhood education major, and I did my presentation, my audio presentation on Mercer. We're going to talk about his influence on children's lit and just in the classroom in general, just his career. Mercer, he was from Little Rock, Arkansas, and he currently resides in Connecticut. He studied at the Honolulu Museum of Art in the Art Students League of New York. He has 5 children: Jesse, Arden, Len, Ben, and Zebulon. He has had 3 wives, and he had 2 children to the first one and 3 to his last one, and his current wife is Mayor, his inspiration came from, he said that most of his books are about things that happened to me when I was a little kid. And now that I'm a big kid, I write about things that happen now, especially with my own children and grandchildren. They always remind me of what it was like to be little. So Mayer based all of his books on experiences that he went through with his children, his grandchildren when they came along, and just funny things that happened to them and experiences that they went through. And also when he was younger, he lived by a swamp at his house, and he hunted frogs and lizards and all kinds of little fuzzy creatures and stuff. And so that's where his inspiration for the books came from. Most of his his famous series, Little Critters, is about little animals, and they usually live around swamp areas. So Mercer Mayer wrote over 300 children's books, just a lot. Most of his books are written in series to kind of categorize them, and his most famous series is the Little Critter series. A couple of his books, which there's probably 50 plus of them, are Just for You, Just Fishing with Grandma, Just Me and My Dad, New Baby, All by Myself, Just Grandma and Me Too. All these books were about the little critter and adventures that he went on. It deal with family issues and day-to-day tasks that the children would face in their everyday lives. Another really famous series of his was the Little Monster series. This series faced the same kind of things that the Little Critter series faced. It was just the main character was a little monster instead. And some of his books from the series were Little Monsters Word Book, Little Monsters Alphabet Book, Little Monsters Counting Book, Little Monsters Neighborhood, Little Monster at School, and Little Monster at Home. And you can kind of tell from the titles that it touched on issues with school and with home and just all kinds of stuff in the classroom. And some of his other really famous series were A Boy, a Dog, a Frog series, which was actually his first series in his first book, the Tank Talk series, One Word series, Liver Rust series, and the Moral Tale series. The book that I chose to highlight on was All by Myself, and this book is about little critter, and he had accomplished a bunch of simple tasks all by himself. I picked this book because when you're a child, doing just a simple task all by yourself is kind of a really big deal, tying your shoes or I don't know, making your food or anything like that. And I think this book would really reach out to children and inspire them to become more independent and try to do more things on themselves. So I can read a couple lines from it. It's really short and easy for children to read. I can button my overalls, I can brush my hair, I can put on my socks and tie my shoes. I can pour some juice for my little sister and help her eat breakfast. And it just goes on with simple tasks like driving a truck and sailing a sailboat. And I think it would really touch kids, like I said before, because the tasks are things that they would be trying to do as a kid. And for implementation, I would use this book in the classroom, and I would have children write down a list of all different tasks that they can complete currently, and then I would have them make another list for goals, things by the end of the year they want to complete, and then we would come back to it and see if they completed it. Okay, so Mayer's influence in the classroom, in children's literature. Mayer's works provided a great source of repetition for children because there's so many of them. The children can kind of grow with the series, so they can pick Little Critter, and they can go through all the issues of their life as he is completing the tasks as well. from making friends at school to helping around the house and holidays, like his books basically cover about like every issue you could think of as a child. And I think that the books are really easy for like children to read too. So there's like little text and a lot of illustrations, so they really capture their attention. Mercer's influence in the classroom. These books can be easily incorporated into curriculum and like lesson plans because they are such like a wide range of like topics. Mercer's books wouldn't be hard for children to relate to. These books can be used to talk about family, making friends, adventures, doing chores, holidays, school, pets, responsibilities, like good or bad situations. Like there's really a book for everything. Soon after the Little Critter books came out, they became like very popular, and they Mercer Mayer worked with John R. Sansevier to make a Little Critters worldwide network. It was produced in 8 languages and sold in 10 countries, and there's a website for it online, and you can go on the website and there's like coloring pages and games and like links. Like they just currently added like links to download like apps for Little Critter. There's like sing-alongs, videos. You can like write a letter to Little Critter himself, and there's a biography about Little Critter and his life. And I think this website's great because it like ties in like the current times with like technology to like keep the series going on. And lastly, what I've learned from these books, although like school is like about science and math and other subjects like that, I think that it's really important to like incorporate like daily life situations into the curriculum to cover with children in case maybe they don't get those life lessons at home. And it can be easily incorporated into any lesson plan. So I think that these books would be great for that because there's a book for a wide range of topics.